So did I hear that Aerosmith has announced its final tour? Look, guys, after Motley Crue signed a contract where they could never be in the same room together and they couldn't write music and they couldn't tour after the 50th KISS farewell tour, I'll believe it when I see it. I'll believe it when I see it, because again, Steven Tyler looks to be 30 years younger than what he is. Has he had probably extensive plastic surgery? Does he use makeup? Does he use lighting? Probably, of course. But it's Hollywood. It is what it is. As long as these guys can stand, they're going to continue touring. And fans, I'm a fan, but, fans are going to dig deeper and deeper and deeper into their pockets to be part of history. And it's only going to be part of history till the next tour. I know so many KISS fans that have literally nearly gone broke buying tickets and backstage packages of all sorts. People that bought the vault and got a handkerchief that Gene blew his nose on during the Elder tour, that bought the KISS coffin. It's a racket, folks. Now, Aerosmith is not guilty to the extent of KISS. And, they're not guilty to the extent of Motley Crue. I mean, Motley Crue really just took it to a whole other level. A contract where they couldn't even be in the same room. Come on, guys. And they enforced that because when John Corabi, legendary Motley Crue singer, Union frontman, rat rhythm guitarist, did one song with Mick Mars, they had to stop. Because, now, of course, look what they did to poor Mick. But the point is that, Motley took it to a whole other level with contracts, no less. But look, guys, final tour, farewell tour, the goodbye tour. It's like the just, come on. And I know that Joe Perry's been asking for this. Joe Perry's like, we only have so much time left to go. And I believe Joe. I believe Joe, just like I believe a Warren DeMartini or an Ace Frehley or a Peter Criss. I do feel that, look, if a band wants to go out one last time, fine. But let that be the one last time. It shouldn't be like, let's go out one last time, take a year off, and then go back out one last time. Because that's just called business as usual. With the only exception, there's not an album in between. Because that's what bands used to do. It was like a 2-year thing, And it's tried and true with Motley, with Rat, with Aerosmith, with Dokken, with all of them, You spend 3-4 months. And well, first of all, you get an advance from the record label, of course. And then you spend 3, 4, 5, 6 months max at 2 or 3 different studios. You make the record, you cut the record, you master the record. It goes out. You let the first single marinate in the top 40, top 20 if you're lucky. Then music video comes out. Second single comes out. Then second music video comes out. Then the tour starts. Then you do first leg of the tour. Third single comes out. Do second leg of the tour. Fourth single comes out. Third leg of the tour. Maybe another single comes out. That's a shorter leg of a tour. Usually play some club dates, come back home. And then at that point, you're already probably at the, if I had to guess, you're probably already at the the 18-month mark. And then you take 6 months off and come back again and do it all over again. That's 2 years. And that's how most of these bands did it. Now the exception is that they're going on this huge farewell tour. And then instead of having an album, instead of having those 5 or 6 months to make it, and then 3 or 4 months to shop it around and promote it and do media and all that jazz, and then go out and tour. Those 10 months, they just either put it into the road, in other words, add more shows to their year of touring, or they just take 10 months off. Or in Motley's case, you take 5 years off and then you come back and you do it all over again. And then a year after you do it all over again, then you fire or you basically make it as to where your ailing guitar player who can barely stand without being in pain leaves the band. You diminish his share by 80%. You hire a trend-setting poser who holds the guitar above his belly button, which he would never do to Joe Perry, right? I don't know. You never know. And then you go out on tour again for another 10 years. And that's just, unfortunately, what a lot of these bands are doing. So again, while I would love to see Aerosmith for the final tour, if it is the last tour, I'm not buying. I'm not biting. I'm sorry. I've seen too many of these acts, pull on the heartstrings of longtime fans, This is the, like with Motley. I mean, Motley's just like so disgusting. Even when Tommy's drum kit, like the roller coaster stopped working and Vince is up there crying to Home Sweet Home. And then 5 years later, there they are again, playing in the stadiums, And so, look, if Aerosmith really is going out, I wish them well. I'm not going to buy a ticket. I'm not stupid because I know that they're going to be out again in 2 or 3 years. And I want to be wrong. Let me be wrong. Let me be wrong. Let this be their last tour and let it be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years from now. And I'm wanting, man, I wish I would have gone to that final tour. Will you guys come back out again? And let them not come back out and let me just suffer that I didn't go out on this final tour like some of you will. But you know what? I would probably bet you that a year or 2 or 3 or maybe 5 years after the final tour, they're going to go out again. They're going to go out again. They're going to do it all over again. And that's why Ace and Peter had enough and they walked away. Ace Frehley left the band for a 3rd time because he was so sick of it. You know what I mean? Now, sure, he would like to play Madison Square Garden for a couple of shows, but he doesn't want to leave his solo band to play with KISS. He doesn't want to do that. He didn't want to do it in 82. He doesn't want to do it in 2023. But he would love to be part of the last show, if it really is the last show. Is this really, truly the final Aerosmith tour? I don't know. I really don't know because, again, the fans have been fooled so many times by so many bands. And you got to feel some kind of stupid because, I have a buddy. I'm not going to say his name. First of all, he'll kill me if I say his name, maybe even literally speaking. He happens to live in Michigan. It is not the guy from Three Sides of the Coin. Let's just put that out there. But he happens to live in Michigan. And he happened to see KISS at Kobo. This is a long-time fan. He dropped $15,000 so that him and his wife, and it wasn't even the last farewell tour. This was like several farewell tours back. And he went with his wife and they spent $15,000 and they were backstage and they had a couple of pictures with Gene. I think he talked to him for like 3 minutes or something like that. And they paid $15,000. KISS is playing in 2023. How stupid I almost said his name. How stupid do you think that my friend feels? And his wife's not even a KISS fan. And his wife probably told him, and I almost said his name again, his wife probably told him, this is stupid. This is the same guy that has a KISS coffin, bought the vault, 2 of them, no less, 2 of them. His wife was probably like, when's it going to end? When's it get $15,000? That's a lot of money. That's a small, brand new compact car, real small, but still. For what? To talk to Gene Simmons for 3 minutes backstage, get a couple of selfies? Come on. So again, if this is the final Aerosmith tour, then, buena fortuna. Good luck to you. I hope you sell out everywhere you go. But I just don't. And, when I saw this on Blabbermouth, I got excited because I was like, wow, maybe, because I haven't seen Aerosmith in a long time, and I love the full band. I love all of them, especially Tom Hamilton, which I know a lot of you would be like, Tom Hamilton, he's the bass player. Well, I happen to be a bass player. But I just, and he's an amazing bass player. And Brad is an amazing rhythm guitarist and has some leads also, bet you didn't know that. And Joey's fantastic too. They call them the other 3 because Aerosmith has always been dominated by Steven and Joe. But the reality of the matter is that whole band is super, super talented. But again, I think of Motley, I think of KISS. Even Dawkins has had these farewell tours and they come back too. So I'm not gonna fall for it. I'm not gonna. Do you think this is Aerosmith's final tour? Yes or no? You be the judge. Leave a comment down below. Thanks for watching.